Okay, let's discuss this, shall we? So, this morning we got an announcement from Frontier that we got a new DLC coming next week on the 15th of October, and it is the Zookeeper's Animal Pack. And this is quite interesting. So let's actually look over what we're getting. So we can watch the trailer on your app, so I'll throw it up on screen while I'm talking through this part, and you can see all of the different stuff. We're not going to go through the trailer because, again, a bunch of other content creators are already doing that. Basically, we have 7 animals, basically the same format as the Barnyard Pack. We have 7 habitat animals, no exhibit animal, and we have 95 scenery pieces, which probably include different types of construction, foliage, rocks, maybe rocks, actually, that's a big if. So it's not a full set of scenery, but it is quite a hefty amount, and comparing that, I think last time we got, like 30 or 60 scenery pieces, it is a bit more than we usually get. So let's go to the actual animals here, which is what we mainly want to see here. This collection features 7 highly requested animals, including the secretive Pallas cat with its dense plush coat, the Hamadryas baboon with its distinctive looks and strong social structure, or the rugged markhor with its impressive spiral horns, and the spectacled bear along with its unique facial markings that resemble glasses. This pack also includes the sizable African spurred tortoise, the delicate Kirk sticktick, and the sun-worshipping cockerel sifaka. Create an unforgettable experience for your guests and make your zoo even more special with their unique characters and behaviors. So, 7 animals. 4 from Africa, the baboon, the tortoise, the dictic, and the sifaka. We have 2 from Asia, markhor and Pallas cat, and we have 1 actually from South America, which is surprising because I didn't think we would get anything from South America because Frontier is usually allergic to it. So it's nice that we got at least 1 thing. So before we get into the actual negatives of this pack, of what my feelings toward the pack, I am going to list the positives first because there is some very good stuff from this pack. So obviously number 1 is the Hamadryas baboon. Hamadryas baboon doesn't look perfect to me, and we'll get to that in a second. But I am glad they actually chose to include that because as my main focus for wanting it was that I felt like the African roster could actually need it and it could finish off the African roster that we have. That didn't mean I wanted 3 other animals from Africa. I feel like that would have been the baboon would have been good enough on its own, but you know, what can you do? But the baboon itself is good. It's a good choice. A lot of the choices in this pack are decent. The spectacled bear is a solid pick, especially for representing South America. The Pallas cat and the markhor were also decently up high on the meta wish list, so that was also a pretty good one. And the Pallas cat does look pretty good. It's good. I know I was never really having a problem with it in the pack art. It just looks decent. We still don't know what the markhor looks like. We don't know what the tortoise or the dictic look like, or the sifaka. So those are still up in the air. The Hamadryas baboon we'll get to in a second as far as its looks go. Spectacled bear looks amazing. That's another pro for the pack. If you look at it in the trailer, which I'll throw up on screen now, it looks amazing. 10 out of 10. Now, for the animal choices that I'm not really agreeing with, we're going to go into the negatives here. So, we have 2, for the first time ever, we have 2 primates in this pack. We have the Hamadryas baboon and the sifaka, both from Africa. And you know what the one place is that I can think of that needs a primate that we only have 1 from? I'll give you like 5 seconds to think about it, okay? Think that over. You really shouldn't need 5 seconds, honestly. It's South America. South America is known for monkeys. It had the Saki monkey, howler monkey, spider monkey, so many other monkeys. But we only have the capuchin, which is probably, I think, one of the smallest monkeys we have, if not the smallest primate. But instead of giving us one that we actually significantly improve the biodiversity in the actual game, and for South America, because South America in general is lacking, we get another African monkey. And let alone that, it is an African one that is a lemur, which is the 4th lemur. Now I will say that the sifaka I wouldn't classify as just another lemur, because it is definitely unique compared to the 3 lemurs that we do have. It moves way differently, it obviously looks way differently, and it is way more iconic, and probably as much as the ring-tailed lemur is, because I know there's a bunch of things, a lot of media has blown up the sifaka, so that is very commonly known in the public. But to me, that doesn't really warrant its inclusion. I know that it is a really good creature. I know people wanted it a lot. I don't know how high up it was in the actual meta wish list, but I can kind of see why they added it. It's a very iconic species, but it doesn't really prove the fact that we could have had a South American monkey in its place. That would have actually helped the game a lot more. That's one of my flaws with this. Other ones like this, we had the tortoise, the dictic. They're okay. I like that we're getting another tortoise because the other 2 tortoises that we do have are from the base game, so that is a nice improvement. I have full faith that they will nail the tortoise because they're always really good with the reptiles, so I don't have a doubt about that. It's a good addition. It's not something that I would be over excited about, but it is generally a nice addition. Not one that I would prioritize above other animals that we would have needed, but it is in general a decent pick. The Dik-Dik, it's okay. I know that some people did want a smaller antelope or a smaller species of ungulate. It's good. I like it. It's cute. I personally didn't really want it. I didn't really need it, but it's okay. It's good. Everything else, Palascat, Markhor seemed like logical picks here. Again, at the beginning of this, about 2 weeks after Frontier gave us like that little pack art thing, I'll throw up on screen. Obviously, it's the main art now, but everyone thought this was a Highlands pack, and it honestly kind of speaks to how, I wouldn't say bad, but like how unorganized and thought out the pack art actually is. Because if you took any of the titles from other DLCs and you just showed us the pack art itself without the title, you should be able to instantly recognize what it is. If the Wetlands pack didn't have the actual title on it and you just got that little splash screen with a capybara and the wetlands in the back, chances are you could probably figure that it is a wetlands or swamps kind of pack. With this, people were thinking it's a Highlands pack. And it's because you put 3 Highlands animals on the front, or at least general island, like hilly kind of environment species, which it's kind of misleading, and it kind of leads to my main point, is that this doesn't really feel like a final pack. Now obviously this probably will be the final pack. It is like 99% chance that this is the final pack. I am not really debating if it's not. Like, I mean, just look at Jurassic Evolution 2. We had Park Manager's Collection Pack. This is the same thing. They're just changing the name basically to Zookeepers because that's what they call us. So I really don't think that there's another pack after this. It really feels like a last pack, which is a shame, because not only is there a lot of animals that were high up on the wish list that were missed out on, like the tree kangaroo, but this doesn't feel like a last pack. With the Jurassic World Evolution 2 pack, we had 3 out of the 4 species were really highly requested and built up over a really long amount of time. The Microstratus and the Meg specifically, and the Stegosaurus was also included or wanted, probably because of the Jurassic Park anniversary, and then the last one, which is like the giant Quetzalcoatlus thing I cannot remember the name of, wasn't like a specific request, but people were in general looking for another large pterosaur, which they got, that kind of featured as like, okay, this is everything you guys wanted, here you go. With this, you have one that is in the top 10 of the, or probably, actually I think it is in the top 10 of the mailer wish list, the Helmandrized Baboon. You have 2 other ones that are probably in like the top 20 on the wish list, the Markhor and the Palascat, and then the others just kind of like are thrown around like oddballs, honestly, because to me, I know that they don't have unlimited, obviously their staff is short, which is, to be fair, I don't blame anyone at Frontier that chose these, like not chosen, but like has been working on this nonstop, just because they had 6 months to do this, or like, I guess, extra time to make this pack. It doesn't necessarily mean that this pack will have more animals. Obviously we wish it would. They honestly probably just wanted to get this out of the way before Planet Coaster 2 started. But this just feels unorganized to me. The Dik-Dik, the Tortoise, and the, what do we call it here? The Safaka just feel out of place. They feel like oddballs, and they don't, it just feels like, again, one of the other packs from 2023, any other of those packs, where they would just throw in a couple species that maybe weren't requested, but were just there for the sake of being there, which for those packs it made sense, kind of, or at least we were okay with that, because we had another pack coming that could potentially fill in those gaps and get the animal that we wanted in the first place. But with this is going to be the final pack, and we have 3 animals that weren't really requested that much, so it just kind of feels like a letdown. But then again, yeah, I don't know. Also, quickly comparing the Helmandrized Baboon here, there it is, and you can see that there is a difference in like kind of quality for the baboon, and specifically, and I don't blame them fully, because it is a hard animal to master because of the fur. But if you look at some of the other animals that we've gotten in past packs recently, we have the wildebeest, the porcupine, just look how much better the fur is. Like, and here are the hairs, even like, oh, I cannot zoom back out, my computer is being glitchy. And then we also have like the fur on here, but when you look at this, it just looks kind of off, especially in the body fur. It just does not look regular. I do like the face looks really good, and I also really like this like kind of bushy cloud fluff around its head. That looks really good, and I really like that. This part though, the base for the fluff, it just doesn't really look realistic, and it doesn't look at the same quality at all compared to something like this with the African porcupine, or this with the mane of, or the mane of this with the wildebeest. And this honestly just makes me kind of worried or concerned that the markhor will also have this problem and be looking more like this with like the straightened out kind of fur. I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm really hoping it looks more like this with the fur and like the nice matted kind of textures here with the mane, but I'm still skeptical because I feel like with the layoffs they could have a lot of people got laid off, obviously, I think in the beginning of this year, I believe. So I could have had an impact on the quality of the textures and the people who worked on the textures of these animals. So yeah. Aside from this, the DLC, you also get the African leopard in the free anniversary update, which I believe is also coming on that day, the 15th, which is the leopard. There's also a new enrichment item, the jelly cake, I think it is. I'm not sure what that's supposed to look like, but I guess we'll find out. But yeah, overall, I am excited about this pack. I am really excited about it. I don't know if I'll build this. I'm just honestly looking for something that will get me back in the game. The baboon definitely will do that because I will definitely build for the baboon. But the rest of the animals, it's iffy because I do like the Paliscat also. I will probably build for the Paliscat. Those will probably be the two I definitely build for. The others, I don't know. Also because a lot of these, if not all of these, except for the Safaka and the, actually just the Safaka honestly, and the Spectacle Bear, sorry. All except those two are not, I can't really work into my House of Tropics series because they're not really tropical animals. So that is also kind of a dilemma there, so yeah. But anyway, that's all I got for now. I will provide any updates, hopefully, with any new screenshots or anything leading up to the DLC launch next Tuesday. I will probably have something ready by then. I don't know if I'm gonna try. I didn't get early access to the trailer or anything like that. I'm kind of annoyed by that, but you know, it's fine. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you're all excited as I am, or if not more. Let me know what animal you are looking forward to the most in this DLC. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy my quick kind of like review or reaction, I guess, to this this pack, hit the subscribe button and the like button because it definitely helps with the video, it helps with the channel in general, and helps out me. Hope you all enjoy it, and I will see you all in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your day.